The mood of the CIOs right now, in particular at this time in our industry, but while we're at our event here at our Fall Forum, is cautiously optimistic. And I think the reason I say that is because I think they know we've got big work to do. They generally have plans to get it done, but I think they're cautious in the sense that they're very concerned about the magnitude and the quantity of the work that we have to do. Meaning there are so many initiatives that need to accomplish at one time that they're not sure they can get it all done and get it all done in the quality that we need to get it done. The big things that we're trying to figure out right now is how to balance ICD-10 with meaningful use stage 2 while still optimizing meaningful use stage 1. As we've come out numerous times recently, we still think there needs to be some flexibility in meaningful use stage 2 timing, mostly on the back end, to allow people to sequence all these initiatives all at the same time. And if you add all that as being the big cake, there's really some icing on this still, which is there is big security requirements that we're needing to comply with. Some of them just happened recently with accounting of disclosures, the cybersecurity requirements, and all of that is relatively new work for the CIOs and their organizations that they haven't had to do in the past. If you add into this what's really driving the health systems, which is the entire transformational process, population health, ACOs, accountable care, finance reform side of this, cost reduction in their organizations, people trying to get to some sustainable margins, never mind adding as we transition from this fee for service to a quality to a wellness model. It's the perfect storm, but as somebody used that analogy before, if the CIO is at the center of the perfect storm right now, that's probably the best place to be able to see everything that's going around them. Transition at ONC right now is kind of scary, mainly because the office is empty. I was just talking to Dr. Mostashari on his way into this conference, and he said it was actually kind of a strange phenomenon. He's never seen this before. He and David Muntz, as they were leaving, all they did was leave their badge, keys, and phone on the desk and walked out, and the door locked behind him, and it was an empty office. He said he's never transitioned from any job like that before. And that actually concerns me a little in the short term, meaning we can't afford any days of lost momentum and attention to the things that we need. In the aggregate, though, I'm less concerned. We're going to get past this shutdown. We're going to get past the other things that are there. And with Jacob Ryder, a physician, somebody that's lived in our shoes, just like Farzad's lived in our shoes and David's lived in our shoes, that I think what we'll see is things will happen in a good way. We'll get the momentum. Now the question will be, is Jacob Ryder going to be in that job for 3 months? Is he going to be in there for 3 years? Is an interim status? And the only reason I say that is I think they'd like to fill it permanently quickly, but with so many other distractions going on right now for Health and Human Services, can they get to that fill quickly? I think the staffing issues right now are truly problematic, and mainly because I think we're running out of any options to staff up, because you can't invent these people overnight. The consulting companies, I've talked to many of them while I've been here this week, they're tapped. They're trying to recruit from each other, which all that is a shifting of resource. It doesn't give us any aggregate net gain of resources for the industry. The organizations are figuring out how to downsize right now, not upsize, to actually get their costs under control, and that is still affecting the IT departments. So they're actually coming out with equal or less resources to do more work. So I am actually pretty concerned about the resource side of this, mainly because I don't think it's given the attention it needs to get the quality of the outcome that we're going to have. I really don't think this is an answer that's going to really play itself out anytime soon.